Mesilas Yesharim, and Moshe Chaim Lutzatto has a little kuntris. It's printed in the back of many Mesilas Yesharim. It's called Derech Eitz HaChayim. It starts with Musar and evolves into Kabbalah. But in the Musar part, he brings the opinion that a person on a daily basis has to do cheshbon hanefesh, keep on reassessing himself. He mentions 4 questions that a person should always be asking himself. The very first question is, Mahu? Who is he? What is he? How does he label himself? We know there are labels. There's a label called Tzaddik, there's a label called Rasha, there's a label called Beinoni. Different labels. And within the labels, I'm sure there are sub-labels. And he says it's incumbent on a person to assess himself and attempt to honestly label himself. What am I? Certain things that are not debatable. Even that, Achron al-Islam, a Yid, the thing that's not negotiable. On the other hand, there are ways that we could be considered Achron al-Islam halachically not a Yid. Chalal Shabbatoi b'shuk, what we call a Chalal Shabbos b'frei Hesya, as the legal standing of a non-Jew. The shechts, it's called the Shechita of a guy. His Yayin, Chol Litzlan, Yayin Nesach. Even that, we're born out of kosher bris, out of Yisrael, out of a mitzvah. Chuppah Kedushin Kedas Moshe Yisrael. Maybe that. So, a person has to label the boss, Binich, Zad Binich, who am I, what am I? We're in Chodesh Nisan, less than 2 weeks for the Leil HaSeder, and come out in one place, Torah HaKadosh, deals in labels, and divides Yidden into 4 categories. Steht in the Agada, Baruch HaMokoy, Baruch Hu, Baruch Shenosan Torah La'amo Yisrael, Baruch Hu, Kineged Arba Bonim Dibra Torah. You want to know a person's label, who in the categories he is. Steht in the Agada that the Torah, by the mitzvah of Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, the Torah talks about 4 categories of bonim. Extremes. A chacham, a rasha, a tam, and a sheni de'elisho. And how do we know who they are? Mahu. How he approaches Pesach. There's a yoim, there's a chag, Zman Cheruseinu, Chag HaMatzos Hazeh, Zman Cheruseinu, when we commemorate probably the most significant moment in our history, the moment of Anochi Hashem Elikecha, Asher Teisicha Meretz Mitzrayim. The Eibishter took us out from Avdus l'Cherus, Cherus Oilam, and we commemorate it every year. We have a whole night of Pesach, a whole long commemoration. And how we approach that night, how we view that night, categorizes us as one of these 4 bonim. Keneged Arba Bonim Dibra Torah. And the Kabbalah Gad, I'm just reading from the Agada. Since this is an Asifas Chizuk, and giving Torah Tzrichim Chizuk, and every single one of us, especially myself, the speaker, I can't say it about the other speaker because nobody could compare to him, but I feel I'm also a person that's very needy of Chizuk. So, we're not here with Torah's any of their initials. Nobody wants to call himself clueless, a Tom, whatever that means. He doesn't know how to formulate a question. Also not intelligent people. So we're either the Chacham or the other one. Very painful. So we went to Cheder, we went to school. The other one was a guy in our mind, in our picture, in our imagination, who was a whole family gathering with a zayi sitting in the front with a kittel, and a tati and an uncle sitting on the side with their kittel, and everybody was into the mode of the day. And this kid wasn't by marriage, and little what they used to call a ruffian. And about an hour into the Seder, he barges in. He didn't put away his cell phone, his smartphone, he didn't put away his keys and his juggling and his this and his that, and he's wearing his jeans. What are you guys doing here? And that was a very comfortable categorization. Never. Kid at risk. Kid at risk. You get that krechts. But yeah, for lack of a better word, the Torah calls him, the Abala God calls him Rasha Mohuayna. It's a Shem. He'll do tshuva, he'll be better. But it's not something that's outlandish, that he's what's called a Rasha. It's an amazing question on this Tach. Because the Agada says, his question is, Mo avoda zois lachem. And the Agada gives an answer. In other words, the Torah told you what to tell him. And it says, stunt his mouth or something. Ve'emorloi. Bavur zeh asa Hashem li v'tzeisim mitzrayim. Li v'loi loi. Ilu hayasham lo hayanigam. That's how you have to talk to him. Okay, should have given him shock therapy. Leave a loy loy. Ilu hayasham loy hayanika. Okay? Probably till about 20 we thought Hakei Shinav means knock out his teeth. Then we became longer, we can't knock out someone's teeth because it's chayv. So then we figured that it's not that, it means do something to start, shock him. Leave a loy loy. The problem is that in Yitz Hashem, on the first day Pesach, we lay in this kriya. And the Torah Agdosha gives a different answer, a very benign answer. Va'amartem zevach Pesach hu Hashem asher Pesach al botei b'nei Yisrael v'nokfa yes Mitzrayim ve'ezboteinu hitzil. You know why we're doing this? Because on the night of Pesach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu passed over our homes when he was making Makas B'chayros. We had a mashkid and a mezuzah, we had blood, we used the korban Pesach. And the mashkis went from house to house, skipped over our homes, went to the Goyim, Kol B'chayreim Arokta, U'B'chaycha Ga'olta. That's Pesach. Comes again, the Agada brings the question, and the Agada makes up its own answer. And the Agada just said a line before, the Torah told you what to say. So the Torah tells me to say B'amartem Zevach Pesach. We don't say B'amartem Zevach Pesach till Rabbi Gamliel comes along in the Agada. Rabbi Gamliel, Oy Mekol Shalayom Shloshim Dvarim Eini Yosi Dechavasai Ve'elu Hein Pesach Matzah Mar Pesach So Aviseinu b'Mitzrayim al Shumah, al Shum Shepasach. Shenema, v'amartem zevach Pesach hu Hashem. The Rasha asks, that God says, Ake Yeshina v'emoloi libo lo'iloi yiloi yisham lo'i yanigol, and in Chumash steht a ganz andere Weise. Incredible. So I imagine the Torah should speak about it. But we say this in the Agadah, and unless we're really engaged, we miss it. And we miss something as profound as Gans Yiddishkeit. Zogt the Helika Sepurna ala Torah. In Yilma V'Sedra, there's Chumash, there's Targum, there's Rashi, there's Ramban, and a smart man also picks into a Sepurna. Our school even has an English one. I think from our Telco, it's $5. I think so. Zokte the Ben or Russia, this Ben is asking 3 Londische questions that only someone that was in yeshiva and probably in kollel could ask. In Yonah the Yom, to transition from yeshiva to the workplace. So you had to be in yeshiva to ask this question. If you were born in the workplace, you wouldn't be able to ask this question. The Eshta Kasha is, what is this, a carbon that comes on a weekday? A carbon that Gans Klal Yisrael is bringing from Pesach. And it's to commemorate a Nes, and it's Doicha Shabbos v'Tumah. And you bring it on a weekday. Yud Daled Nisan, in the afternoon is a weekday. Halachically, it's a weekday. But legally, with the Raisa, Rabbanon, it's a weekday. I think in the Kriyas HaTorah, Pesach Lashem, Ubechamisha Asar Chok. So there's the portion of the Torah. Then on the 14th day is Pesach Lashem, you bring a Pesach. On the 15th day is a Chok, Shet the Feidish, Michlal Heina, Toshemei Allah. The 14th day is Ishtin Yom. The Hasidim, they make matzahs, they say Hallel, but it's all with a shtreimel, with a bekishim, whatever. But it's Kunyantav in this dish. It's Pesach Lashem, Nishpat. In fact, the Ben HaRosh, Tata, who brings korbanos like that on a weekday? Chalamoyed is not a weekday. It's a Yom Tov, it's Chalamoyed. Rosh Chodesh is not a weekday. What's this on a plain weekday? The 14th day in Nisan. On the 14th day in Nisan, you bring the kavod like that. Ein kasha. A second kasha, this Ben asks, how do you bring a korban after the Talmud showed in our body? Anybody learns Talmud Nishchat? That the Pesach comes after the Talmud. So the famous pasuk in Parshas Tzad, and a gepasken da halacha in Kavshin, Oleha Ashlein Kol HaKorbanos Kulam. The last carbon of the day has to be the Talmud. Pesach is an exception. The Pesach Achra. Where is this coming from? And the third kasha the child is asking, what kind of unified bringing is this? We know all the Musafim, and all the Kabbalas of Regalim, and Tmidid, and anything that Klal Yisrael brings is united in the Shkolim, in the Trumas Alishka, and it's a tzibur dikakar, and it comes Nishan. And here it's a Beferish Pasik, Ish Lefi Yoichloi, Tachoisu Alaseh. Every family brings its own carbon Pesach. If the family doesn't have enough people to eat, so you combine 2 families. But it's an individual bringing. The Gemara says, about everybody in Klal Yisrael, Kol Adas B'nei Yisrael, brings it at the same moment, so it's like tzibur. But this child is asking, what is this? This is so unusual. It comes on a weekday, it comes after the Talmud, and it's brought individually at the same time. 3 kitos, a Pesach Nishchat, 3 kitos. What's tutzah? Pretty good for a kid at risk. For the kid that we thought that the Torah was talking about when we were young and in elementary school, this guy is pretty good. He learned. I mean, honestly, how many one doesn't ask this question? You gotta know your stuff. You gotta know kachim, you gotta know chumash, you gotta know your stuff. Here's such a question. And that's some zach, 3 questions. Zog the Sipurn, and what's the answer? Va'amartem, you missed the boat if you're asking this kasha. Because if you miss asking this kasha, your view of what we're commemorating Pesach night is like all the Yom Tovim in the Moyadim. A miracle that happened to Klal Yisrael. The big day in Klal Yisrael's history. That on this great day, Klal Yisrael had a salvation. Klal Yisrael was taken out of Mitzrayim and Hashem established a Klal Yisrael. And I'm a citizen of Klal Yisrael. I'm an indirect beneficiary in what just happened. Klal Yisrael was saved, so now I'm a member in Klal Yisrael. So I'm giving thanksgivings to something that Hashem did with Klal Yisrael. So then you're asking very tzumzah. Should be on Yom Tov tomorrow, when Hashem took out Klal Yisrael, and it should be before the Talmud because it's the 15 days when Klal Yisrael went out of Mitzrayim. It should be brought Mishal Tzibur during the day and on Yom Tov. But that's not what we're commemorating, the Father's telling you. Pesach night, we're commemorating me, the individual. B'chol dar v'dar, chayav adam liros atzmoi ki'ilu yatzu mitzrayim. That he, ani avdecha v'ramosecha, me, my mother's kid, ani avdecha v'nazer pitachta l'moisei roi. I am zoicha to be in this. Because if you know a drop of history, in the Pesach, we lay in the Shalach, the Chamushim, all of Bnei Yisrael, the Chazal teaches the Mechilta, it was either 1 in 5, 1 in 50, 1 in 500. Many of us, the majority of us, didn't make it through that night. The majority of us got killed in the Shloishes Yimei HaFeilah. Every Yid that got out of Mitzrayim, there was a finger pointing by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in. And that night's in is why I'm here today. And if I wouldn't have been in that night, my grandfather and all the Dairis were handpicked that night, L'cheirus Olam. And that happened at midnight. B'chatzi halayla, v'hi b'chatzi halayla. And if you come in and view Pesach as a general Tzibur commemoration, and you don't get it, that everything you are and any potential you have for meaningful living, for being a somebody, instead of a nobody like you heard the Rav. I hope you heard the Rav as well as I heard the Rav. In plain English, it's either a somebody or a nobody. There's in the world today 7 billion nobodies. A lot of them have a lot of billions of dollars. Some of them go with long white bekishes with those things hanging down from their head. They have trillions of dollars. Some of them are presidents, and some of them are kings, and some of them are politicians, and some of them are in Hollywood, and some of them are in other places. But they're all one big nobody. And there is a small kindness of somebody. A very small kindness. After all the galuyas and all the assimilation and all the redifis and everything, if there's 1 million of us that are somebodies, we're a lot. I don't know the statistic, but 1 million is a nice number. Out of 7 billion, there's 1 million that are grappling and dealing with being somebodies. That chance to be a somebody, I received at 12 o'clock midnight of Leil Pesach. Zok the Tate to the king. Adus gefragt die londische Kasches, verstehst du nicht, what we're doing tonight? Because it's not significant. You said in the morning, either you said Shaloi Yosani Goy, or you slept through Shaloi Yosani Goy. Either you didn't say it Bechlal, because you were in a rush, and if you said it, you even mumbled it, Shaloi Yosani Goy, you get Bechal. But I did say Shaloi Yosani Goy. Now that's one line of a bracha. Tonight is a night where hour upon hour upon hour we're living the Shaloi Yosani Goy. We're living that I have Ashreinu Matoy Chalkeinu Umanoyim Goy Raleinu Umayofa Yerushaseinu. Asher Ga'alanu V'Doaras Avoiseinu Mimitzrayim. Dihigiyonu Alaylo Azeh Lecho Boimatzo Morer. Who's giving that bracha? Me. I'm sitting by the Seder. You took my father out of Mitzrayim, but you brought me to today. Dihigiyonu Alaylo Azeh Lecho Boimatzo Morer. So the Agada says, Loy the Saturna, if you don't get that, if Pesach night doesn't mean that to you, then the above Bun and Dibra Torah gives you a very, very poor mark. We won't call it an F, because you always have a chance. But a B minus, it's for sure. And in Agada language, a B minus might be called a Russia, for lack of a better. Obviously, from the father's tshuva, this kid doesn't get an F. He has a chance still to get it on the last region. Aber the dumb is against some tish. And what's the father telling you? Leave. Why is leave the loy loy? Shehoitzi atzmoi min haklal. What does it mean, hoitzi atzmoi min haklal? He's very comfortable with a klal Pesach. Because a klal Pesach isn't that much of a hassle. I'm a member of Klal Yisrael. Some of us are better, some of us are weaker, but we're a symphony. What's it called? A symphony. We're all part of a symphony. I play the guitar. He plays the other thing, the tambourine. But we're all part of a beautiful symphony. I do my Yiddishkeit my way, and the Rav does his Yiddishkeit his way, and the Rosh Hashiva does his Yiddishkeit third way, but we're all part of a beautiful symphony, Klal Yisrael. That's very nice. If you're worried about the Eibishter and his Klal Yisrael. But if you're worried about yourself, it doesn't matter if you're in a symphony or you're not in a symphony, or you're solo, or you're one of these one-piece bands. Was binst du? Hast du Scheiches, hast nicht du Scheiches? You're a nobody or a somebody. You're going south on the highway, or you're going north, or you're making a decision right now to reverse or not to reverse. Mahu. And the Mesilas Yesharim says you have to ask that every day. Who are you? Where you going? Where you coming from? That's the significance of Pesach night. It's a reality check. It's the days of, you can't fall into Pesach night tired and beaten and then get to the Seder and start with the curses and expect to shtel tzu to the Avodas Halayim. That's why we have Shabbos Agos. And that's why we have preparation. And that's why we have Achana. And that's why we must internalize. And we're worried about transitioning from a world of yeshiva to a world that we heard of. That world, that difficult world where Hashem placed us. The first thing is to understand who we are. What's our mission? What does he want from us? Where are we heading? These are the 4 questions basically he asked. Mahu lama b'lo'elam, why did Hashem make him? Umaroitze mimenu, what does Hashem want from him? And where is this all going to end? 4 questions that he wants you to ask yourself daily. But before we get to question 2, let's deal with question 1, Mahu. Here we have an Agada that gives you categorization. Who are you? What are you? Where do you fit in the category? Where do you fit in? If you don't get it, that today is the greatest day in your life. In your life is the night of Pesach. Because if you wouldn't have taken out my great ancestor, I would have still been Meshuvit. Take them around. What do you mean? We're still Meshuvit. How many Jews end up in Siberia, the Gulag? How many responded slave labor in the Nazi camps if they survived? And year and generation after generation, so what's so significant with the Cherus? So the Heilige Maral. How much should ain't more significant? Circumstantial avdus we have. Always. But intrinsically, inherently, a Yid is a Ben Chayil. A Yid has that koyach ha'cherus. He's a free man. What does it mean he's a free man? He has the koyach of ruling over his impulses. He has the koyach of ruling after his drives. Ruling over his drives. Of ruling over his needs, perceived needs. Of ruling over his wants. Without Torah, we don't have that. A person that doesn't have a healthy daily diet of Torah is left to the forces of nature. He sees something, he wants it. He hears about something, he wants it. His friend has something, he wants it. He's a whole day busy wanting things, needing things. That's a free person. By which stretch of the imagination is that freedom? That's bondage. That's slavery. Aber a Yid was lernen Torah jeden Tag. A Yid is kliveya item la Torah. Puts an hour of Torah through his awareness. Oh! He has koyach. He could say no. He could say, no, wait a minute. Just because he has it, I need it. Just because it exists, I have to check it out. Just because there are some people doing it, I gotta do it. Just because it's out there, I have to. How could you not check out something that's out there? Loisasuru. Without Torah, there's such a metzias as Loisasuru. When was the last time a guy ever in history did Loisasuru? They don't have the DNA to do Loisasuru. But every single one of us got on Pesach night an injection with a new DNA. A DNA of Bnei Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. And it was all about it's all about Torah. So if we coming together in Chodesh, nothing's by accident. That the Hashgacha made it that the availability of such a kinus, la tzadikim, is in Chodesh Nisan. Less than 2 weeks to Leila Seder. And the idea is to be able to develop an inoculation against succumbing to the pitfalls of society at large. We were all thrown into a society at large that's so alien to our values, to our core Torah-dic values, to our Shloisha Simonam Yesh Ma'uma Zu Rachmanim Aishonim. What does Aishonim mean? Still have a sense of a sensitivity of shame, of embarrassment, a sensitivity to ugliness, to ugly conduct, the conduct that's not behoofing, that's not becoming of a Ben Chayim. Conduct that only slaves on the plantation. You think you have to be picking peanuts in Mississippi to be on a plantation? Running around your smartphone from site to site, from app to app. That's more chashiv than picking peanuts on a plantation. And picking one peanut and another peanut, and I did 2 minutes of work, bite to the peanut, moidim and Valpulam, bite to the peanut. That's picking peanuts on a plantation. That poor Schwarzer Lahat, B'nei Chon, that were cursed with the claw of Eved Avodim Yelaecha, was stuck on a plantation in Mississippi. And I, the Ben Chayrin, by choice, I'm on a plantation in Mississippi. I'm not saying you can't have, that a person doesn't need email, that a person doesn't need to do things. But we know, there's no secrets. It could be done with kashrus, and it could be done with tumah. And the one that's a ben chayrin, make sure it's with kashrus. And the one that's an eder avodim yila echa, he's a reincarnation of Chum and Canaan and all those people that lived in Mississippi. The Zaydis from the high-tech rappers, Rahman al-Islam. That's who we are. Who are we kidding? Every shtickle schmutz that I heard about in a joke on a WhatsApp, I have to go check it out. Why did I have WhatsApp to begin with? I only know the name WhatsApp because it's the least maneuverable name of all the stuff that's out there on social media. I don't want to come in here as a kanoi. I love like a brother every person in this room. And the stuff that we're missing, we don't really internalize that Chayrus is Ein Lecha Ben Chayrin Ela Misha Oisik B'Torah. Chayrus means the independence of forces beyond our control. Instead of we being controlled, Chayrus means we control. Which part of us controls? The intelligence, the decision-making process, the hachlata. But if we allow impulses to control, we're controlling, or the impulses control. That's avdus, that's chayrus. We were born b'nei chayr. And the only emissary reality check, do we get it or we don't get it, is our appreciation and thankfulness for that. And the night where we express that appreciation, and the night where we internalize that appreciation. Yeah. If you would prepare a few days before Pesach, every single person in this room could come to tears of gratitude, Pesach by the Seder. With 3 kaisis, by the time you're saying hello, the problem is in the week before Pesach. Coming in Pesach, exhausted after a whole week of work. Oizgemutsche, not thinking. And the Seder becomes a chore. But if you would prepare, if starting on Shabbos HaGadol or even earlier, you'd start preparing and going and running over to the Rav and he asked him, what exactly did Rav Elya Brudny mean when he said this? And what exactly did Rabbi Yosef Elephant to mean when he said that? And use that as a kickoff. And what did the Rav mean in his psicha? And we should be in tune with the Kedusha Sayyid, with the Avodah Sayyid. But we dive into the Rebbeinu Shalom that this Pesach, when the Rebbeinu Shalom is so much, Bonai Chavivai, will be the first, the Nachshon and Aminodovs, right here in Kilo D'Doisha of Coventry. A beacon of light for the entire Lakewood. A beacon of light for the ganze Olam HaTorah. Let's shout out to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Ani avdecha ben amosecha pitachta l'moiseroi achar kosher v'sumeach.